Hey, good morning. For those of you who missed the tribute to this old tackle box, coming to you live from Darien, Illinois. We've got a few examples here of some vintage, older tackle boxes and tackle. Starting with the metal one. This is one I found in my father-in-law's collection when he passed away. It's an old Union steel metal tackle box. Actually made by Kennedy Company. You can see the tag back in there still on it. A lot of these older tackle boxes, especially the metal ones, are highly sought after by collectors. And as you can see, I received a couple old reels from my brother. We've got some old fishing lures in the box. It's an old Shakespeare minnow there. And you can see it's got the original advertisement on that. Then we've got, he said for Randy Peters, there's a fishing license holder from Janesville, Wisconsin from 1942. Also collected the 1950 fishing regulations for the beautiful state of Cheese. Got some old lures and handmaids that this old timer did. Made his own tandem spin for pike and muskie. And we've got some old carded stuff in there. Got an old Kmart crappie spin in there for 27 cents. An old South Bend Bassarino. It's the smaller spinning model version in the box. We've got some old MEP spinners and some hand ties. This creative old dude I got from a tackle collection here. That one he actually made with a safety pin, bent it over, and then put his own little spinner on a handmade, hand-poured lead jig and deer hair. So recycling his hunting supplies and that. Got an old jitterbug, hand painted by an old timer. Old wooden creek chub. We've got some creek chub plunkers up there, a plastic and a metal one. And very resourceful. When a Weiss flatware goes out, cut it off, install your own hook, and you have a fishing spoon. Bunch of different handmaids in there, as you can see by that. And the old fishing bobbers and sinkers and hooks in the original packaging. And moving on to next one is my father-in-law's tribute box. The man loved Sears. Always said he had Craftsman tool everything, and if those people sold groceries, he'd never shop anywhere else. So that's the 1976 bicentennial version, made for Sears. This is the older fragile plastic, and some things to point out with that is on the early 70s plastic tackle boxes, one thing you had to watch out for was if you like your rubber worms, good to keep them in a package, because if you look in the corners, you can see a little melting there on the bottom. We'll move the old metal fish scale. But as you can see, the worms will burn into the bottom of that plastic, unlike the newer boxes that have a protective coating. The old ones didn't, but we've got some old Man's Tournament worms in there. Got an old pre-rigged worm special, very popular in the north. Mr. Twisters. My father-in-law loved Rapala lures, or Rapala as us Americans like to screw everything up and mispronounce it. And we've got some old Rebel minnows still in the original packaging. Some old spinners. Beetle spin. That was one of his favorites. Man loved the beetle spins. We've got some old eagle claw hooks. Worm hooks in the packaging. Some of the old Rapala sinking and floating minnows in there. Very sought after trout colors in the Rebel and the Rapala lure. And then we've got some of his favorite Mepps spinners, the Comet Minnow in the Comet, and the French style blade that's actually called the Aglia spinner. That one's still in the original packaging, and if you look at it real close, I'll spin it around. Don't get dizzy on me. It was bought at the old 5 and dime Goldblatts for $1.49. And because it's my father-in-law, I did find an old Rapala lure there. Purchased at Sears for $2.16. You know anything about fishing lures, you know they cost a whole lot more than $2.16 now. That's it from the old tackle box. Have a great day.